we'll be talking about Moonlight Sonata by the famous composer Ludwig van Beethoven. Moonlight Sonata is a piece performed at the piano, and this genre of piece is obviously sonata due to the name. Moonlight Sonata uses a melody which uses both conjunct and disjunct motions. Also has a harmony melody to it, texture, polyphonic, and the dynamic started at a piano and moves to mezzo forte. Moonlight Sonata goes at a slow tempo, or at a tempo which the piece moves slowly throughout the entire piece. The overall melody is repeated, but some notes are slightly changed during the actual song. The piece is used playing one instrument, so it's kind of difficult to compare it really to others. There are no words in it, it's completely instrumental. Now some history and facts about Ludwig Beethoven. He was born December 17th, 1770 and died on March 26, 1827. He was born in Bonn, Germany, but spent most of his life in Vienna, Austria. He wrote classical music which included 9 symphonies and 32 sonatas. He also wrote 1 opera. The time period when Beethoven composed his music was between classical and romantic periods. Beethoven's father wanted him to be a child prodigy, so he lied about his age, to get him into the performing arts. His father became sick and died, however, and Beethoven became the main earner for his money after his father died. He moved to Vienna to study further music. Very well known about him, but Beethoven lost his hearing at actually 20, in his late 20s, and started, completely losing it further down his life. But he kept it a secret, because he could possibly be bashed and not allowed to perform due to his deafness. However, that didn't stop him, because during his time he was considered the best composer of all time. Beethoven was admired by aristocrats, and they financially supported him, giving him all the luxuries he could obtain due to his services of music. He died in 1827 at the age of 57. Ludwig van Beethoven was very classically trained, due to his father pushing him to become the best composer. He started training at a young age with his father. His father was also a musician, so he had that kind of vocal background to help him. However, his father was very cruel with instruction and was punished Beethoven numerous times if he messed up on a certain piece. He moved to Vienna to further study his music, and that's how he got well-rounded in his music and everything. However, he was known for not sticking to the music and the tradition of traditional composing music. Beethoven, however, was not very good in school, with math, with writing. He was very preparatory towards music, of course. He felt it was more important to be good at music rather than reading or math. He became very depressed due to his his hearing loss, and attempted suicide at one point. However, he did not commit suicide because he knew there was so much more of his music he needed to share with the world. So essentially, music did save his life. Some historical movements during his time. The French Revolution was actually taking place during focal point of Beethoven's musical life. However, it didn't affect his work, and he just merely went back to Vienna and totally kind of just avoided the war completely. Some other interesting facts. The original name of Moonlight Sonata was Opus 27, number 2 in C minor. It was actually made for a student he had some feelings for. He didn't actually like wearing a wig like most of the other composers. It was kind of the norm back then, but he really didn't like it. He instead liked wearing his natural hair, which is kind of him rebelling in a sense. Um, and actually, he would play so hard on the piano, so vastly, so furiously that it would actually break. And that kind of showed his tempo of how much of a composer he was. And Moonlight Sonata has actually been shared around quite a bit through media and pop culture. You know, shows like Glee, Modern Family, the Peanuts movie, The Man in the High Castle, Stephen King's Misery. And these are a couple of my works cited. Very interesting finding out all these things about him. And now we'll play Moonlight Sonata in first movement.